Hello there, welcome to the Perfume Experience. My name is Rodney. So today I am back with another house series, and today we're going to do an introduction of a house called as Kannauj Heaven. This is from Kannauj, and this is another house that does good fragrances at considerably pocket-friendly prices. So I thought, let's review their discovery set and their fragrance and their one of their others as well. So let's quickly do this, right? So let's get going. So the first fragrance that I want to kind of talk about is going to be Seawater, which I'm going to talk to you about in detail. But let me also tell you that on their website you can get a discovery set like this, which is basically got 8 mls, but they have 10 fragrances. That's right, you heard them right. So you actually get 10 fragrances like this, which are 8 ml each, and I've had it for a couple of months now. So I thought, let me just go ahead and do this review of this particular ones. So I will quickly talk about each one of them in a slight brief that I can remember of each one of these fragrances. But first, let me start off with one of the fragrances that I got as a complete 50 ml volume, which is basically called as Seawater. Okay, now Seawater is a fragrance that kind of looks like this, comes in a basic packing like this, and the bottle is this way, Seawater written here, right? Now this is a fragrance, when you put on a couple of sprays, let's do a couple of sprays, you get a good vibe of neroli, citrus, aquatic, oak moss, ambery element, a little bit of musk, that kind of a vibe, a little bit of a sweet, citrusy, marine type of a fragrance with a nice slight element of freshness that it comes along with, because of the neroli that brings a nice punch element to this, and it's also got oak moss as well, right? But on the whole, I kind of like this fragrance because it's a little sweeter. The freshness of the citrus is very, very nice, and for a good summer casual wear, office wear, gym wear, fragrance that is linear, you can wear very casually, is something like this that you can pick up, because this is very, very nice for that kind of a scent profile, right? You get about 1.5 to 2 feet of projection, a little more than 2 feet I would say in terms of projection. Lasting is about 4 hours on apparel roughly. Okay, by the second hour it starts to become a little closer, but it lasts at least about 4 hours time, which I found it is pretty decent, considering the fact that it's a citrus fragrance with musk and a little bit of that sweetness, right? So that way this is pretty good, and like I said, it can be your go-to fragrance for gym, casual wear, office wear, anything like that, where you like a nice citrus fragrance with a little bit of musk element and a nice aquatic touch. So this is Seawater from them. This is the 50 ml version. You should get this for about 800 rupees roughly from their website, and I think you can get 100 ml for about 1200 rupees or so. So most of their fragrances, which are from their premium line, you will find them around the 800 rupees to 900,000 rupees ballpark figure, and a little more also. But you can check out, they have fragrances, they have a bakur, they have rose water, they have incense sticks, a lot of those things, right? So this is how their presentation is, and most of the fragrances are different. I did not find any of them being a clone of some other fragrances as such. Probably some DNA could be common, but then I definitely did not find any clones as such, right? So that is nice, right? Now from this discovery set of 10 fragrances, I kind of will tell you what are some of my favorite fragrances that I liked. So I liked a fragrance called as Lucky Musk, because this is a clean, musky type of a fragrance, very strong. This will give you about 2.5 3 feet of projection and lasting about 4.5 5 hours. So if you're somebody who likes musk based fragrances, then you can definitely consider this, which is called as Lucky Musk. Okay, another fragrance that I kind of liked very much was a fragrance called as Fruit Bomb. Okay, now this is a fragrance that's got a lot of citrusy, watery, peach type of a fruit, apricot, that kind of a fruity fragrance. It's got nice sweetness to it. It's a very unisex type of a fragrance, and for summers I think it will do very, very well. So if you like a fragrance that's got good amount of fruity vibes, a little bit of powdery vibe, a little bit of freshness that you want, and a little bit of sweetness, you can definitely consider Fruit Bomb, right? So whereas musk is more musky, clean type of a fragrance, the Fruit Bomb is more of a fruity type. Seawater we already reviewed, which is more of a citrusy, musky, aquatic type of a fragrance. Then if you like roses, then you should definitely consider French Rose, because this is a more cleaner, neater rose type of a fragrance with a decent amount of lasting for about 3.5 to 4 hours time. Very feminine as well, unisex I would say, not feminine. Then if you like tobacco, then you should definitely consider white tobacco, because this has got or I feel the feeling of caramel and then white chocolate as such with tobacco. This is denser, thicker, very nice tobacco note along with the nice white chocolate kind of a vibe. You will feel the creaminess, very nice in the evening wear. Again, in this, performance is good, lasting is also good. You'll easily get about 4 hours plus on this one. This is called white tobacco. So these yes, of course. One other fragrance that I really liked was smoke leather. Okay, smoke leather for me is more of a leather fragrance that gives you a little bit of suede leather along with a little bit of oud type of a vibe. But I feel this is mellow, milder, smoother, softer type of a leather, non-animalic, non-pungent type, very soft, very casually you can wear it if you like a leather fragrance. This is called smoke leather. It has got a bit of those smoky elements like raisins and all of that, so that gives that little bit of that touch, but you feel a more softer, gentler type of a leather fragrance. So these 6 of them is something that I would recommend if you like designer French type of perfumery. Okay, so these are good. If you like Arabian, if you like Middle Eastern type of fragrances, then for example Oud Asal. Okay, this was got a oud rose combo type of a fragrance, so you can kind of consider this. Okay, Sycamore for me I felt was more ambery, more stronger, more masculine type of fragrance. This was my least favorite of all of them, so I would kind of keep that aside. Alishan is more of a jasmine type of a fragrance, a good floral fragrance type, and Al Arabian is also a little on the floral side, but mostly a type of a attar, type of white flower, jasmine, musky, that kind of a fragrance, which I kind of liked. A nice, it's a pretty nice fragrance if you like a Middle Eastern type of a fragrance. It brings a good amount of jasmine, it brings off a good amount of musky elements as well. While Alishan also is a floral fragrance, this is more of a floral type of a fragrance, but I would say, sorry, Alishan is here. Yeah, Alishan is more of a floral fragrance. Al Arabian is more of a Middle Eastern type of a fragrance with a lot of Oriental spice kind of a touch, right? So that is what I kind of liked, in terms of this particular box set. Now they also have attars, which I think come with very good presentation considering the price. I think should be about starting at about $5.99 or so. So woody, it's a wooden box. Okay, pretty heavy. The cap is pretty heavy. The base is light, and the attar itself is like this. This is called Heritage Musk. This is more of a vintage type of a musk. Clean vetiver type of musky fragrance. If you like, and their attar quality is pretty good. The oil is pretty thick, very nice, very resinous type of oil quality, very very good, and lasting on attar is pretty strong, about 7-8 hours easy lasting you will get. So if you kind of like attars, you can definitely consider this. Very very nice. You can look at this quality, pretty good for the price, I would say. So Kannauj Heaven, coming from Kannauj, where perfumery, oil extraction, all of that process happens there, so I'm guessing they're able to get good quality ingredients for good prices. So that is what I would say about this particular house from Kannauj Heaven. You can definitely try their discovery set and see what you kind of like. I think about 900 rupees is the discovery set of this 10 fragrances of 8 ml, right? So give this a try and see what you kind of like, and then you can go on for the 50 ml ones that you would want to buy, right? So you're watching the Perfume Experience. My name is Rodney. Until another time, take care. Bye now.